Bienvenidas y bienvenidos a un episodio un poco diferente del FCL Radio. Seguimos como siempre en el mismo sitio de grabación. Estoy con Alejandro Briatore, pero estamos aquí con Maggie, husband, y con Will, Moorad.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Good, very good.
Vamos a hablar sobre un proyecto que es el World Fitness Project. Va a ser una entrevista un poco corta y va a ser toda en inglés. Vamos a intentarlo como podamos. Normalmente no nos escuchéis hablar. Después ya haremos cómo lo traducimos.
Llevo la mañana, con ellos he estado practicando ya.
Yo no.
Veía fluido, pero ahora me ajusto en mí que me mostré nervioso, así que.
Yo acabo de llegar, vamos a intentar hacerlo lo mejor posible. Pero bueno, vamos a hablar un poquito del proyecto, vamos a conocer quién son y pues creemos que es algo interesante y no podemos faltar. Hemos aprovechado que estamos aquí en Sant Cugat, están promocionando lo que sería este nuevo proyecto y vamos a hablar un poquito con ellos para que nos lo expliquen. Now we change to English.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. How was lunch? I think you went to Alejandro's
Fantastic.
favorite restaurant in the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
What did you eat?
Steak,
Yeah.
eggplant. What else do we have?
Potatoes,
Potatoes,
fried and
melon. The melon was incredible.
Typical Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
I hope he paid for you.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. Yeah, guest. We're gonna be guests at their home and everything paid.
We went for some ice cream too.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
It was good, eh?
really good. I got the lemon. It was nice.
Well, so now that we have all eaten,
Yeah.
can you introduce yourself a little bit? Who are you? For people that they may not know you or the project,
Right.
how would you introduce yourself and your role in this project?
Yeah. Thanks, Art. I'm the director of community development for the World Fitness Project. So a lot of what I focus on is the gym side and also the community initiatives that we do as well. So that's a lot of kind of where my focus is, which is why I originally got to talk to you guys.
Yes. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
A big reason why we're here. I'm Will Moorad. I'm the director of sport for the WFP. I focus on everything sport related. So starting in the gyms with qualifiers, talking to the pro athletes, doing venue visits, talking to the media, all of that stuff kind of falls under my umbrella. I get to work with Maggie, not on the daily, but pretty frequently as far as like how we can integrate the community and the sport together more effectively. I work with Hanu, who's off camera right now. He's head of production, so obviously he shows all the cool stuff that you guys see on YouTube from the tours. So
Yeah.
I kind of have a little bit of effect on everything that's rolling for the most part. So yeah, a lot, but mostly in sports stuff. Talk to the athletes, fun stuff.
So he control you.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
controlling you.
When I read a crazy workout for the World Championships, we were just in Copenhagen doing a site visit. He looks at me like, hey man, there's logistics around that idea. So he just makes sure that we don't get too off the wall, which is good. But he gives me a long leash.
You program the workouts,
Yeah.
for example?
The qualifiers, the tour events.
Just you?
Yeah, just me.
Normally you, it's not. You don't prefer to share it with someone like.
I mean, there's a couple people that know the workouts that it is a collaborative effort, but I'll bring a pretty solid
Yeah.
product to the table before I go in and ask, because it just needs to be organized, so I can present a full competition and then explain why we're doing
We do the same for our competitions because like it's one person producing it, but we check it in 3 people just because sometimes you alone can't be or maybe your idea is not
Right.
everything the right.
Well, man, that's how we operate the full
Yeah.
business, really. You know, we'll have heads of each portion of the company, but then we'll bring in ideas if it's going to change or
You share
something.
the information with everyone.
Yeah, and we'll collaborate on what those decisions are, and then everybody kind of knows what direction we're moving towards. So, especially for a sport that's really forward-facing, that's going to always live on the internet with video, a lot of detailed conversations go into that. But as far as pen to paper, starting the ideation for the workouts and stuff, yeah, it starts in here, so don't stay with dog.
You have the workouts ready for Copenhagen?
Yeah, I'd say the finals is 90% complete. We just went there. We just actually did my third walkthrough of the venue this year. This was the first time Maggie and Ryan got to come out, and then Hanu was there earlier in the year. So planning the World Championships, which is good. So it's 80-90% done. We got some cool ideas from Visit Copenhagen, which is a big tourism board in Copenhagen, about what we could do to really invigorate and just promote the competition itself. So we might add a few cool things that are going to be really exciting.
You tested by yourself or what?
The workouts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only you?
Majority of them, yeah. Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah.
We don't usually, maybe 80% of the workouts are well thought. 20% of them,
What do you mean?
No, but because I explained to you before, our competition is more for community fun.
Right.
And we had workouts sometimes we don't test it completely because we don't need to, because we make like, you can, when you have some experience programming, you can know how many time you wanna spend to make a workout, and always we try to put the time cap or the mostly of the teams can finish it, because it's experience for us. The most important thing is the experience of the athletes. So
Well, same for us. Same for us, man. Like, time caps are really important down to the production side, because they got to know how much time is going to be between eats, be between events, when's the day going to end, and then logistics beyond that. Our team leads need to know when the judges are going out. The medical team needs to be really integrated into what they're focusing on per event, because there are different concerns that they focus on depending on what the workout entails. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. I'd say we're 100% agreeable and on the same page when it comes to game day execution and what the workouts are.
For our more professional events or more elite events, like the event of Barcelona on the individual, in that events we test 90%, 95% the workouts for sure, because there we need to be more
On a clock.
Yeah. No, we always, we have, be honest, in our events we always, we are within the, on time, always.
Right.
Yeah. For example, we are talking about, but you've talked about divisions, the final, challenger.
Yeah.
If you had to explain to someone that doesn't know at all what WFP project
The
is,
World Fitness Project.
yeah, exactly. How would you explain it, like in a easy way?
Yeah, so the World Fitness Project is an international sports league that tours around the top fitness professionals, men and women, in the traditional tour sport way. That's it.
And for example, how's the qualifying period? How do different, for example, events work? I've seen Europe, Asia,
Right.
America.
So the World Fitness Tour this year has 3 tour stops, 2 in North America, one in Copenhagen, which we just spoke about, which is the World Championships, and that we sign the top 20 men and top 20 women in the functional fitness space with guaranteed contracts. And we don't need to get into all that because that gets pretty detailed, but they're part of the roster. And then we have one online qualifier for Tour 1 that adds 10 men and 10 women to that pro field. And then we have an additional qualifier for Tour 2 that adds another 10 men and 10 women to the second tour field. The top 20 athletes that we signed, and then the next 10 point earning athletes qualify for the World Championships in Copenhagen. Now, we've remapped that a little bit for next year. We've talked to a bunch of events that are going to be partnered events or collaborative events to broaden the scope of what our season is, adding tour events, adding collaborative events to support other divisions within the space, the teams, the age groups, the community. So it's more of a all-encompassing fitness competition, and it really has a global feel to it, not just North America and Europe next year.
No, because you speak about 4 or 5 main events, like the top events, but also you want to introduce smaller events,
right,
to earn points for the league.
So
introduce more people, more.
Yeah, there's gonna be a big announcement coming soon on all those details, so I'll save that. But yes, we're gonna add tour events. We're gonna add events that we're collaborating with next year. So
sorry.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. No worries.
I was focused before when we were speaking.
Yeah, well, I got my media guy right here, so a lot of the way I'm doing things, I'm like, hey, well, there's a schedule for when we're gonna announce this stuff. So yes, there is a full detailed plan, who can play with the World Fitness Project from a competitive side, how the community can get involved, how the gyms can get involved.
Okay.
Very soon.
How was it born, the project? I mean, where does the name come from? And who had the idea of creating this full project?
Right.
Where did it start?
Yeah, so it started with our core team, which is Maggie and her husband, Beth and Quentin Gillette, and Jackson, her military, and myself. So the idea, I guess, for the tour specifically started years ago. I think it's not like it was an idea, it was a wish or a conversation that a lot of pros in the space have had. We would love to have a tour where we can earn points, where we're not in a single elimination type sport, where everything is contingent on me being healthy, whether that's sick or physically, every time I show up. So just to create a more and ask for some continuity and consistency on what that season structure looks like. So traditionally, the way athletes have become pros in the space, from an online qualifier to an in-person event to the World Championships, it's changed a lot over the past 10 to 15 years. So the goal for us was to try and create something that provided consistency and continuity for those athletes, for the brands that are trying to promote these events, and also for the community to follow. Because like you said, the more simple you can explain something, the easier it is for the fan base to understand it, and the more willing they are to follow it. So that's the idea behind it. It's not like we sat down and we're like, we're doing this. It's been brewing for a long time. Now to execute on that and go forward, we launched in October. So I had been working previously at a nonprofit called Good Life with Jackson and Bella, who are part of our executive team, running all their partnerships for Good Life, which provides free fitness and mentorship, and it's faith-based to underprivileged communities around the world. So we were gonna drive into that. We were also gonna run 2 competitions, one at a gym we were gonna build in Nashville, and then another one in Costa Rica. So there was a competitive element to what Good Life was, and we were very much planning on doing that. We shifted from that, must have been May of 2024, and started learning how we were going to reallocate funds, because, you know, buying a brick and mortar business and everything like that, there's investments that we just needed to place different places. And we started brainstorming, what would the league look like? How can we serve the community? What are the media initiatives that can provide a little bit more legitimacy to not only the athletes, but also the gyms and the brands? So that's a big brainstorming process that just doesn't happen. And now we're here. So that said, we've done a lot in a little bit of time. Our team's grown from that core team to about 60 individuals globally, and it's continually growing. So, you know, it's been really cool to be a part of that, and it's been a learning experience for all of us, because it is a new business and it's a startup and there's growing pains there. And we make mistakes, and we need to be able to pivot effectively when those things happen. So it's not just been like this, you know, it's more like this. I don't know if you've seen the image.
Yeah.
It's like success isn't like a straight line, it's like this. That's exactly how it
it's
is.
also a very big project.
Right.
In this case, I will ask you, Maggie, this question.
Yeah.
Because what I've been reading and searching about the WFP is that, for example, each objective is, for example, to have pro athletes, have a continuity. I would say, well, more or less, it reminds me as of tennis, for example, or more or less, when I'm talking to other people, you know, for example. But I think in your case, because I was like logistics and community,
Yeah.
for example,
Yeah.
I see in a clear way the benefits for the pro athletes.
Yeah.
You have like brands and income that's more or less stable, but how do you benefit gyms, small communities, people that train at the gyms, for example?
Yeah.
What have you thought that you can give them?
Yeah. No, that's a great question. You know, a lot of what we initially kind of started talking about, what Will was saying, was on the sports side, but for us, you know, we really wanted to create something that served the entire ecosystem. So your pro athlete down to your everyday gym goer. And for me specifically, you know, like I started at a gym, I became a gym owner. That side of the business, that side of, you know, the ecosystem is really important to me. And on that side of it, we really wanted to create something that served gym community, served the gym owners to help them grow their businesses and impact, you know, more people, get more people in the gym, expose more people to health and fitness. And a lot of what we focus on is just creating things that, you know, drive community engagement, give people opportunity to kind of walk in the door for the first time at a gym. One of the big initiatives that's both something on the gym side and on the community side is the Rec League, which is a quarterly fitness challenge that we run in gyms. And anyone that is a fitness project for them, you know, we give them prep programming so that they can prepare their members for it. It's also something that, you know, we want that to be a tool that they can use to get more people in the gym. So each quarter that we run that Rec League, that prep programming is also a marketing tool to say, hey, you know, for the next 5 weeks of this Rec League prep, invite friends and family, telling your members that so that those people can, you know, get exposed to the gym community. You know, maybe if they've had a friend or something walk in the gym, you know, they start to get a kind of feel for it themselves. And then naturally they're able to progress through that. And that's really something, you know, we want that to be a tool that gyms can use to get more people in the door. And it's something, you know, fitness project side, when gyms are fitness projects and they're running the Rec League, we also use that as something that financially supports the gym. So there's actually money going back to the communities with our members participating in that. You know, gym members are excited to compete in things and have things to train for, but they're also excited to support their gym owners and to be able to grow their community. So we really wanted to create something that served those communities well and continually gave them something to look forward to. So, you know, there's no challenge too far off. It's nothing, you know, too crazy as far as on the sports side of having to travel somewhere. We obviously wanted to create something that gyms can, or communities can have that to aspire towards as well. But even something local and within the gym, they can always have to kind of look forward to and train for.
Yeah.
Nice.
For example, I think this is a key from my point of view. CrossFit has a lot of distance between the pro athletes and the gym owners, gym like people that train here in the gym. And from 15 years ago maybe, that or 10, that we started watching the games and everything, I've seen that it's getting more distance. For example, that's why I was making the question, so that I see the benefit for the pro athletes, but the most amount of people that practice the sport are on the gym. So
The 95%.
So I think this is a good way and a very important way. For example, I think I haven't studied a lot of the project, but the standards of all the exercise are public from the first day of the year. It cannot change.
Yeah, so we released a movement list for the sport, so everybody that's participating within the sports side has a list of all the movements. That's part of like the continuity and consistency that we wanted to provide.
We spoke about this before. I think it's a good idea. Your idea, one of the working idea of the list is really good because it works for all the year. But if you speak about concrete events like ours, like yours, one of the things are changing right now is the thought we had before to announce the workout just during the first day of the event or maybe 1 or 2 days before, just because we had this costume of you have to be ready for everything, you know.
Right.
But that give also problems to the events because the people get more nervous, more no reps, more problems during the workouts, and now many events are publishing the
Yeah, they're just they're announcing the workouts.
The workouts before, because the people can speak with their coach. They can have all the doubts before they can resolve it. So I came to the event more prepared to give better performance and for the pro athletes better show.
Yeah, and I think that idea started with trying to create something that hadn't been done, I guess, for the pros specifically. If I had 3 weeks, we announce our tour events 3 weeks before. It allows the coaches to design the program based on those. Schedule their taper a little bit better, expose them to movements that pertain to the event, maybe. So, and it helps the athletes practice. Not all of them practice all the events, but at least they kind of know what they're doing. But apart from just the athletes, it helps the efficiencies of the event. If I can give my judges and my production team a list of the event, the movement flows, all that stuff 3 weeks before, they're going to be able to do their job a little bit more effectively, and it can mitigate any issues that might happen on game day. And, the production is what the world sees. You can have however many thousand people at an event, but outside of that, you're getting YouTube and everything else, and our website obviously hosts our stream. You want that to look good. So the more time you give your team to prepare and execute, the better it should go. It's not going to be perfect, but a little bit of practice beforehand won't hurt. So that's another aspect of why we did that.
At the end, it's more professional. For the athletes, it's more.
Yeah, and I get the other events do the surprise announcements and stuff, and that's fine. I did that my whole career, and I think that there is a theater to that. That's exciting.
That was
You can't discount that. This is just the way we're doing it. There's nothing wrong with the other ways. I just think our team, our athletes and coaches, I think are appreciative of it. They voice that, and our team's appreciative of it from efficiency standpoint internally. So if both of those sides are cool with it, we're gonna roll that way for the foreseeable future.
I agree. It has happened to us in our events. We are switching a little bit to
our system.
Yeah. But making public the workouts.
Yeah.
2 weeks before, mainly because of the judges.
Yeah.
We don't have that much media team, but mostly because of the judges. You talked about the final event in Copenhagen.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit more about this event, dates? I don't have it here.
Well, first up, we got our next tour event in Mesa, Arizona at the end of August. So that's tour stop 2. That's actually where we'll be able to solidify the field that will be competing in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. That's the next thing on the tour. So we'll start there. Yeah, so that'll be really, that will be the place where we actually get our first world championship roster for the men and women competing. So that's exciting to me. I'm obviously always excited and looking forward to seeing all the coaches and the athletes and our team come together in one spot. So that's next thing on there. What were you saying about Copenhagen?
September?
That's end of August. The last weekend in August. It'll be in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah. And then the finals is in December in Copenhagen, Denmark, the 18th to the 21st.
Nice. That's the thing. For the reason I tell you to make that podcast and to explain everything, because honestly, it's for here in Spain or for our community, you are new thing. So we think it's gonna be good for our community to have all the information you can give us.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
In official,
It's right. That's part of it. So we came over to Europe.
Yeah.
We've traveled all around. We've gone to Italy, Switzerland, Germany, Denmark, Sweden. Now we're in Spain, and that looks like a really big, a big tour. What are they doing? And every single one of those visits was focused around one of 3 things: the sport, looking at venues, meeting with local tourism agencies, that type of stuff. Meeting with partners, big sponsors, that type of stuff, or meeting with our gyms. Those 3 things. That's what you have to do, and that's the way we do it. That's the way we operate our company. We actually put our butts in seats on airplanes and go see the people that we do business with, and make sure that the product that we put forward towards the world, we can believe in. And from my standpoint, it's been funny. I've been saying it to some members of the team, and I'm like, if I'm home for more than 2 weeks, there's probably more stuff we could be doing because we're growing a world tour, and that's the type of workload that it takes. And I think that maybe is a residual effect from being an athlete and like just drive, do whatever it takes, maybe to a fault sometimes. I'm probably not always the easiest to deal with, but everybody's got those days. But you know, we want to do something great, and we're committed to that, and that's kind of it. So developing a world tour.
For us, for example, it's a good thing to have you here, and for sure, and from today to the future, our mind is going to be more, ¿cómo decir? O sea, nos vamos a sentir mucho más parte de World Fitness Project desde hoy, por en adelante, como pensarios. ¿Puedes hacerme la traducción que me he quedado muy bien?
Yeah, we want to take part in this project as the first
First
affiliate in
Spain.
Spain,
So cool.
and we want to be by your side.
Yeah.
This is also with my next question. Maybe it's difficult to say it now.
The same ways. But from today to the future, we will feel more World Fitness Project because we need you directly. So for us, we never had this feeling with CrossFit, for example, you know, and for us it's important. So I think it's gonna be important for us for the future.
We're super relational. I mean, like, you guys know what your gym needs, you know what classes you should add because you talk to your members every day. Same thing on our side, like, we can learn how to better serve the sport, better serve the community, better serve you as a fitness project gym by actually, you know, talking to you, coming here in person. Like, we joked with Sergi about that when we first had that one meeting, and that was something that we said. We were like, we'd love to come over and visit someday, and then here we are today, which is super cool.
Nice. I mean, it's happened like that around the world.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to Europe 3 times this year, 3 or 4 times.
It's been.
I've lost count. I haven't been to Spain yet. This is my first time in Spain.
Really?
But, you know, site visits and gym visits.
Yeah.
A lot of opportunities in Spain. So we might be back. But yeah, we were just in Mexico City doing a very similar thing. That was much more gym focused and doing activations within the community, and not as much some sport focus there, which we'll talk about on a later date. But yeah, man, it's been good to travel around and meet the people. We're all kind of united by fitness and working hard, and most of the people we meet are like-minded and cool, so it makes the job fun.
How do you see this project in 2-3 years, for example? What would you like to achieve?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are cooking right now that we're gonna keep behind the wall right now, but from a sports side, and we'll be applying it next year, just growing the web of what that is, you know, the tours, the events that are collaborating with us, and the gyms that can participate in it. Now, growing a world tour is a big job, and we started with 3 events this year and 2 online qualifiers, and next year, you know, it'll probably grow to 4 events, 3 tours and a final, and have a lot of collaborative events below that. So the goal for me specifically facing towards the sport is just to create more and more opportunities to unite competitive fitness athletes under one umbrella that makes sense. And that, I mean, that's 2-3, that's a 3-month goal. You know, that's not a 2 or 3 year goal, right? And we're already applying that. So 5 years down the road, be the household name, you know, be the F1 of fitness.
And in a personal way for both of you, did you think your life would change as much as it's changed before starting the project? Could you imagine being here, for example?
You go first. Yeah.
I think since we started, like, we all were so passionate about fitness in different ways, and I think it was something for me that, you know, running a gym, being in the fitness industry for a long time, like, I love it, but I don't think I ever you know, could imagine how quickly it's grown and how quickly it's just been something that's honestly a huge blessing. Like, it's been really awesome. Just even the team that we have, we're all people that love working together. We've got big ideas, you know, and it's something it's been really cool to see just how much we've grown even in, you know, what, 7-8 months, something like that.
Yeah.
In your case?
I think my expectation for what my life would look like, we're meeting it. You know, it's very similar to the stress of being a high performance athlete from that standpoint and what it demands of your life. Full commitment. It's more action than talking. You know, you can't fake your way to a world championship as an athlete. And you can't fake your way to running a world championship as a business, right? You got to put in the work. So I think it's met the expectation from that standpoint, but being able to see the world and meet with the community and knowing that like we're impacting gyms in Spain and in Mexico and Australia and all over North America, you know, all around the world. I guess I didn't think about that so much, but it's something that I've come to just appreciate through the process. You know, I've lived on airplanes the past 6 months, and thinking about that makes you appreciate it because that's like a lot of work and a lot of travel. So it's always nice when I get to the spot I'm going, and like I said earlier, like-minded people, everybody's friendly, we can get a workout in, we can do good business together and create something for the community we love.
Nice. I have one question. Going back to the competition aspect, and also I'm gonna ask you about CrossFit. In general terms of CrossFit, how you think about our sports change in the last 5 years in competition, like a product, not just pro athletes, pro competitions, just more amateur athletes. And the competition have, we know the competitions are changing daily because nowadays the athletes more amateur, they don't want to maybe compete 3 days to take with people about it before.
Yeah, we talked about it. I hear you.
So, what do you think about it? Which is the future about competitions of functional fitness?
Yeah, I think it doesn't have to be CrossFit or WFP or High Rocks or Marathon, or I think it has evolved a little bit, and the community that was built through CrossFit was great. You know, it built these gyms, it gave me a career, it's amazing. But everything evolves, and you see that with High Rocks right now. You know, that's probably the hottest thing in functional fitness, and they're doing great. And I think it's awesome. Like, I love a hybrid style of training. It's easier on an old man. But no, it is. It's fun, you know, and it's something fresh. So there's definitely a shift there, or I don't know if it's like a generational thing or whatever, but it's definitely present, and it's something that us at the WFP are recognizing, and we're evolving as well. You know, we have the pros, we have the competitive side of the tour for the community, and then we also have hybrid initiatives, our Project One initiative that kind of speaks to what that crowd is, like the Hyrax style crowd, or anybody that's into more of, you know, a more accessible mode of functional fitness. I'm sure there's other things like Project One or like High Rocks, but I just don't know the names right now. So yeah, we're adapting with the community to serve as many people in the fitness space as we can. I think trying to avoid like the dogma of one way is the right way is something that I try to be like as much as I can, because
so you listen to the community 100%.
Yeah. I mean, like 100%, like no one's 100%, but like you try to be a reasonable person, and I love other sports.
Yeah,
I do triathlon training every week of my life if I have the time for it, you know, like, which mostly it's on my bike if I get to pick, but there's beauty in every sport, and if we can help facilitate those experiences for not just, you know, WFP competitive athletes, we're gonna try and do that.
Okay, and about you, same type of question, but about CrossFit athlete, well, not CrossFit, functional gyms, because now it's many gyms who nowadays is not CrossFit anymore. They take out the name, but they still are functional gyms.
Yeah.
What do you think about the training type? Because CrossFit always apostó, they always want to sell his methodology, but nowadays mostly of the gyms are more commercial with sessions like Metcon. Understand CrossFit, easier CrossFit, like High Rocks, but maybe not stick High Rocks. Maybe easier CrossFit without difficult gymnastics in your program, like World Fitness Projects.
Yeah.
Think about to give to the gyms other kinds of activities, not just one like CrossFit.
Yeah.
Because CrossFit will just give you CrossFit, not other kind of activities.
Yeah.
I don't know if I explained properly.
No, that makes sense. We're big on like work the fitness being adaptable and gyms being able to kind of, change and move as the market does. I think that that's a great way to keep people in your gym and your community, and also, keep them working out. Like, we don't want someone to get burnt out on one style of fitness and then feel like they have to leave the gym. We want them to be able to stay there. So, for us, that's one of the things that the rec league does too, is, we focus on a different style of training each quarter for that rec league. And even within our sports side, that's why we have the competitive side of what we do, but then also the Project One style. And we want that same thing to flow down to the communities. Your all's gym is a great example of that. And that was one of the reasons initially talking to you guys. It seemed like such a great fit for you guys to join in and be a part of this and be a part of our Founding 50, is because that's what you all do. Like, you guys have a lot of different classes. You want to serve your members with different styles of fitness so that they stay in the gyms. And that's what we want to see all of our gyms do.
Nice.
So it's not incompatible, right? You can have both.
Yeah, you can have both. You can be CrossFit, High Rocks, DecaFit, whatever, makes sense. We ultimately just want to create something on our side that continues to serve the gyms, enhance what they're already doing. And if, a gym is all of those things and it works for them, that's great. We want them to keep that.
How the time? I think
5:26. We have community event in 4 minutes.
let's go train.
You have
time.
It's time.
Well, we did a workout with the crew earlier,
Yeah, in the morning
and now we're doing another workout with a big class. So
I work alone in the morning. I had the clean and jerk came on with them, but after
Right.
I had a very bad workout and they want to join in. They don't want to join me.
it was echo bike, thrusters, burpee box jumps.
Not fun. Really, not fun.
He's starting
Fun.
a new.
I tried to get fit for my next competition. I had really good holidays. Now I have to pay for it.
Yes, yeah.
Will we see a tour stop in Spain?
We're working on it.
Soon?
Yeah, we'll definitely be back in Europe. So yeah, I mean that's part of the reason we're over here. So
Okay. And finally, where can people follow all the updates? Your social media?
Yeah.
at World Fitness Project on Instagram, Hanu,
The same on YouTube and
yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
of course our website as well.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you for listening, for watching. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Now,
Gracias.
gracias. Ahora te toca hacer el trabajo de traducción simultánea. No pillas esto y te pones a traducir simultáneamente.
Yo espero que toda la gente que lo haya escuchado en inglés lo haya entendido. Esperamos que también lo hayamos hecho bastante bien, nos hemos defendido. Y
El desempolvado el inglés de...
cualquier duda no pasa nada, nos escribís exactamente la frase que queráis y os la traducimos por mail. ¿De acuerdo? Venga, gracias.
Chao, vete. Adiós, bye.
Okay.
Bye.